The evolution of the United States is a saga rich in milestones, conflict, and progress. The narrative begins in the early 17th century when European settlers established the first colonies on the Atlantic coast. These colonies operated under the auspices of the British Crown, each with unique identities yet bound by common experiences of self-reliance, resistance to external control, and aspirations for autonomy. Tensions between the colonies and Britain gradually escalated, driven by unjust taxation, lack of political representation, and restrictive trade practices. The undercurrents of rebellion culminated in the drafting of the Declaration of Independence in 1776 by Thomas Jefferson, asserting the colony's right to self-governance and enumerating grievances against King George III. This declaration marked the birth of a new nation, the United States of America. The War of Independence that ensued tested the resolve and resilience of the fledgling nation, but eventual victory in 1783 solidified its foundation. The post-war era was marked by the creation of the U.S. Constitution in 1787, establishing a robust framework for federal governance, characterized by checks and balances across the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. As the nation grew, so did its internal conflicts. The 19th century was defined by westward expansion, driven by the ideology of manifest destiny, and the moral and economic debates over slavery. These issues reached a boiling point in the Civil War 1861 to 1865, which pitted the Northern States Union against the Southern States Confederacy. At the heart of this conflict was the issue of slavery and states' rights. The Union's victory preserved the nation and led to the 13th Amendment, abolishing slavery. Reconstruction followed, a tumultuous era aimed at rebuilding the South and integrating formerly enslaved people into the social fabric. However, resistance and discriminatory practices persisted, leading to systemic racial inequalities. The 20th century brought further strides towards equality. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1962, led by figures like Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and Malcolm X, galvanized national support to end segregation and secure legal protections for African Americans. Landmark legislation, including the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965, were pivotal in dismantling institutionalized racism. The struggle for equality expanded beyond race, encompassing gender with the rise of the women's rights movement and extending to issues of LGBTQ+ rights in the later part of the century and into the 21st century. Today, the United States continues to wrestle with its founding ideals of liberty and equality, striving to create a more inclusive and equitable society. While the journey has been fraught with challenges and setbacks, the evolution of the United States remains a testament to its enduring promise of freedom and justice for all.